Hello and welcome to another session. And in this video, we'll be going to have a look into some pandas shortcut keys that every data scientist should know. And these are some of the tricks that you will be, learning which you haven't learned anytime. And these are some of the important functions that you may use into your day-to-day life, but you don't know. And this works very fast, very efficient, and we can use lot more variables into that. So let us see one by one. So I'm using pandas data library, and the data what I am taking is about the tips data that is present into the cban library. You can take from them, and this data says you about what is the total bill. So this is basically the tips data, like how we provide tips for the waiters or for the delivery guy, right? So this is the data what we have. Basically, it says about total bill, how much total bill we have made, what is the tip data. It's into dollars. What is the gender? Smoker, like do they smoke or not? Yes and no, everything is present here. What is that day? The time, like dinner or lunch or the breakfast, and what is the size of the customer? Size in the sense, how many customers are present, like two customers or three customers. So this is what we are going to look into, right? So tip number one.
If you enjoyed the content of the video, don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to our channel.
If I want to filter my data, like we filter a lot of data, right? If certain question is provided, we have to filter the data. Now you can see how I filter the data basically without variables. And also this is how traditionally we have been filtering the data. So how do we filter? If I want the gender male and the size is smaller than or greater than 2, how do I filter? This is how I filter. I use something boolean function. So here I'm using and. So if this two, both the things are true, both the conditions are true, I will get the data. So if I run that, I will get condition something like this. Okay, so the sizes are greater than 2 here, you can see, and also the gender is male. So this is basically traditionally how we do. But by using some another function, that is dot query function, this is the function that is into pandas series or pandas library. You can see what are the arguments it takes expression, and then also the in place, then the kw arguments as well. Okay, so let us see how to do that. And now what am I doing? I'm just passing my conditions directly. See this how long am I writing this function, a lot of brackets, lot of colons, all those things. But here it's very simple. Use df dot query and give the condition. The condition is the gender is male and the size should be greater than 2. That's it. If you pass only this much, your query is gonna run the same way how it's run, how it has been run into Boolean function. If I run that query, the same thing is provided by me as well. Okay, so this is the same thing what it is we have got. So this is the function df dot query and with variables. So now how I can use variables also. See what I have did basically, I have first created a variable days. In that I have Saturday and Sunday, right? These are the values what I have. And then I will pass my df dot query. Here I am giving three conditions. What are my three conditions? And these three conditions should be true, then only I will be getting the output. The first condition is that the gender should be male, size is greater than 2, and day equals to day. So here I have something called as day column, and I'm filtering my day column as well. But what am I filtering? I'm passing that particular variable. And in this variable, in this days variable, what is stored? Saturday and Sunday is stored. So if I run that query, you will get all the values of Saturdays, all the values of Sundays, which has been filtered with the size greater than 2, also the gender as well. So this is how we can use with variables and without variables. Okay, I guess this is useful for you. Tip number two, if you want to find some of the largest or some of the smallest values, how do we basically found? We first sort that values in ascending or descending, and we just pull out top five or bottom five values according to our filtration. So here I am sorting my values, df.sort values, right? I'm sorting my values by total bill. Ascending equals to false, and I'm putting out only top five functions or top five values. So these are the top five values. It has been sorted according to the total bill. So this is the highest bill, $50.81, $50 basically 81 cents. How can I do that So this is how I have used by using dot sort values. How can I use by n largest? So this is how we use by n largest. Another function for using the same operations, but see how simplicity we have written that df dot n largest, and I have to specify how many largest values and on what I am sorting. So I want top five, and I am uh, passing the column on what I have to do. So I will get the same values here again. Same thing I can do for smallest as well. Okay, the same thing I can do for smallest as well. So this is how the smallest values I am getting. And this time I am using for tip. Okay, so the smallest tips is $1. Okay, so basically the smallest tip has given the $1. Now let us see tip number three, and these tips are very much useful whenever we are using group by functions. Now this group by functions, now I'm using for a single column. This group by function, when I use for a single column, this is how we use. I am doing this group by function for this gender column, and I'm passing me numeric only. So I am only doing the for the numerical values. If I run this, and you will get something like this, which says total bill, tip, and size. These are the numeric values what I have got, and am I doing for male and female. So this is the distribution what I have got, right? You can do this group by for multiple columns as well. By basically I have did only for gender column. You can do for multiple columns as well, for gender as well as for smoker column, and I am I doing some for that, right? So I can do something like this as well. Okay, now it has got for day column as well, time column. We don't need that. Basically we need only the numerical values, that is total bills or tips and sizes as well. Now how can I do different aggregation methods? Now here I was using only dot sum, but how can I use different aggregation functions as well? I can use sum as well as mean on the same columns what am I providing. So this is how we use group by. I'm using group by for gender and smoker, and what are the values I want to print? Total bill, tip, and size. I want to apply all the aggregation functions on these three columns. And what are those aggregation functions? I have sum and mean. How we use multiple? We use dot ag function, and then I specify a list in which I am passing. I want sum as well as the mean. So this is how we do. And if I run this column, you will get something like this. Okay, so I have got total bill, tip amount, size, and you can see I have got some mean of every and each of every column, and that has been grouped by male and female, and also smoker and non-smoker. I can also differentiate aggregation methods for individual columns, and this is how we do. So I am using for these two individual columns. And first, what I have did is I have defined my criteria. In this criteria, you can see I have defined total bill. Basically, I have used a dictionary to define that. I want total bill sum, and I want to do aggregation as mean on the tips column. Okay. And I am specifying I want this to do on gender as well as smoker. And then I am passing the aggregation function. And what is the criteria here? This is what. So basically what am I saying is I want the group to be done as gender and smoker. Okay. And then apply the aggregation function for total bill and tip. What to apply? For total bill, I want only sum. For tip, I want only mean. So what I have did, I have break down that problem into two steps. The first step is that I will specify what aggregation functions to be applied on which column. So total bill, I want sum, and tip, I want mean. I have specified that. After that, I will go and specify my group by function. Into group by, I have said that I want group by with gender and also the speaker. And then what I have did, I have specified the aggregation criteria. If I run this, you will get something like this. And it's very clear other than this. I'm getting sum and mean for both, but here in this, I'm getting only the total bill is the sum, and tip is nothing but my mean, that is average tip. Okay, you can get a lot of insights from this. You can say that average tip from female who doesn't smoke is $2.77 basically. You can make a lot of insights as well from here, right? You can also differentiate aggregation methods for individual columns and resetting the index as well. So here I am doing group by function for gender and smoker. And I am, I don't want any indexing, so I'm setting it to false. And then I'm setting the criteria. The criteria is same as whatever I have specified here as well. So basically now it is giving me the in the form of index. It is giving me in the form of index. So it looks better. It looks better. That's it. For that reason, I am resetting the index basically. The tip number four is the tip of visualization, basically the pandas visualization. If you want to plot any plot, how do we do? We use def, the column name, or data frame, the column name, and dot hist. So if I run this, this is what the distribution is. Now you can see in this distribution, what you can find is basically a lot of people has been given tip from $2 in between $2 and $3. This is what the insight I get from here. What you want to do is I want to segregate the tip is from high, medium, and low. So I want to specify the criteria for each customer. Like if the customer is giving uh, tip more than 10, so I will keep them into higher category. Between 4 to 8, medium, and below that, I want to keep it as low. So how I will do? These are something we call them as bins. These are the bins of the histogram, okay, or the hist plot. So what I want to do is I want to specify my bins. So these are my bins from 0 to 4, and this is float of infinity. So why I have used float of infinity is because if some person is giving more than 10, I don't know what the value is. He might give $1,000, he might give $10,000. So it can be till infinity. So that is one bin. So one bin is 0, another bin is 2, 4, and the next bin is till infinity. I want to give labels as small, medium, and high. I want to give the labels called as small, medium, and high. And then I will create another new column which says tip category. And then I will use pd.cut. So what am I doing is I am using cut function to that particular tip column, and I'm specifying my bins. So these bins are bins, nothing but this 0 to 4. And then labels are my labels. Okay. And if I run now, you can see I have got something called as tip category as a new column. And here you can see the tip is 1 and it has been into smaller. And if I see the high, yes, so this is more than 4, so that comes under my high category. So these are some of the tips and tricks of pandas, the most important function which I use into my day-to-day life as a data analyst and a data scientist. If this helps you, please put a comment that which is the function that you didn't know and will help you in the future. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe the video. Thank you.